Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Jo, and today we're looking at another spread video, and it's the 4 directions spread, and it's from Denise Linn's Sacred Forest Oracle. If you've been following along, we've been doing a few of the spreads that she has in this guidebook because they're really good. And we are using the Divine Animals Oracle from Stacey DeMarco, Deep Wisdom from the Most Sacred Beings in Existence. So we've got all of our cards down here. Now this is a general reading. So if you'd like a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. I have focused in on everyone watching and their energy, and so this will be a general reading for you related to the 4 directions. And the 4 directions I will go through and give you an idea. This spread gives you information about a different aspect of your life based on the energy of the 4 directions. Denise talks about changing cards 2 and 4 over if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. In my head, that just made me confused, so I am not doing that. I am just sticking with them as they are, and if you're in the Southern Hemisphere like me, I'm pretty sure that you will get the correct reading for yourself. However, if it feels like they should be switched around, then please do that for yourself. Okay, so I have connected with the group's energy, and we are picking 4 cards. So our first card is our East card, so it's going to be on our right. And this is the place of the rising sun and represents springtime, which I am currently in springtime in Southern Hemisphere. This card reveals what's beginning in your life, what needs to begin, or what you need to search for or explore. So there's our first card there. Our second card is the South card. The South represents the sun and summertime. This card reveals what is expanding in your life. This is what you should be growing and working towards. So I am picking for the group energy again. So this is what is growing in our lives. Let's move that over a little bit. And our third card, which is going to go on the left, is our West card. The West represents the setting sun and also the season of autumn, which you'll be in if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. This card reveals what you're harvesting or gathering. It can also represent what you need to release or clutter clear out of your life. And again, this is for everyone. I almost turned that over then. The North card, our fourth card, represents the dark of night and the season of winter, which we're just coming out of. This card reveals that what you need to consolidate or nurture. It's also what you need to repair or heal. And I'm being very much drawn to the middle. Okay, so we have our 4 cards. I'll get that all sorted. So we're going to look at our East card first, card 1, the place of the rising sun, and represents springtime. And this card reveals what's beginning in your life, what needs to begin or what you need to search for. And we have the chameleon card. Okay, I've got a lot of things happening in my throat chakra here, like I've got some dryness in the throat, and yeah, just like I've swallowed something that not that it doesn't agree with me, but it's sort of dry, like it's hard to swallow is the feeling. Now the card number is 33, so I'm going to have a look at the card, but firstly I'm going to take what my own intuition is talking to us all about. So we have change. We have a chameleon is able to change its color, as I'm sure you all know, to blend into its scenery or background. However, the person sitting on the chameleon is certainly not blending in. They have their own color. They've got this beautiful golden yellow. And they're looking straight down the barrel of looking at us. And so this is talking about chameleon. It's a natural part of life. So resistance is futile. And so this is what you're currently undergoing, or what's emerging in your life. Ride the energies of change and know where you are going. And then fear will lessen. It is not always wise to just blend in with everyone else. Flexibility in mind and body is advantageous. Do not take too long to make your decision. You can see that it's exactly what I said about not blending in. And I'm looking at what that is. I think maybe it's a spear, I'm not sure. And it's talking about a particular place in South Africa, the Bantu people. So if we look at this in reference to this position in the east, so this is beginning. So you may have already started to experience change energy in your life, and change energy is uncomfortable for most of us, particularly if you've got fixed elements in your astrology, or that's just your constitution. I know that I am very resistant to change. So if you're like me, you might be struggling at the moment because change is coming, and it is changing things. We use the word repetitively, but it is moving things in your life. It is shaking them up, and often they don't feel good, like even just looking at how dry this land is, to me there looks like a wind coming. It could mean that a fire's coming. There could be different energies that are coming into your life in this east position that might be challenging you because they are asking you to move through change, and it's uncomfortable. So our next card is Armadillo. Ooh, geez, that is a strong card, is it not? And it's groundedness. I like that. And this is our South card. So the South represents the sun and summertime. This card reveals what is expanding in your life. This is what you should be growing and working towards, and I really like that. There's a very solidness to this groundedness. There's a lot of support on both sides here. There's, the two, I think they're Incan, but I don't know. We'll have a look in a minute. The structures, we've got our beautiful warriors standing there who are very much looking us straight in the eye, very much like the chameleon. So it's this, this ability of looking straight forward and like unabashed. That's the feeling that I have. And the armadillo has its head down and it's just doing what it's doing, not taking any notice of anyone else, which I think is kind of an interesting thing there. And this is a number 7. Without grounding ourselves, we can become disconnected and flighty. So it is important, it's an important aspect to develop, to go to the basics first, plug into the power of the earth, avoid drama in situations. Sometimes we need to look at flowers at our feet before looking at the stars. Humility is a positive trait. False humility is not. This idea of really being yourself, like if you think about the two cards together. So, if you're learning how to do oracle readings or tarot readings, if we want to put two cards together, we're flowing with there's some change happening in your life coming from the east position, and in the south, what you're consolidating is this feeling of being grounded. So this could be somewhere in your life relating to your career, your finances, your home, your family, or it could relate to you in your physical body. And it really feels like the physical body to me. There is a shielding and an armament here. So for some people, it might be that you understand that you're safe without it. That would be a really positive expression of it. And I feel like there's a lot of people who are sitting on the fence with that. So, there is more to come with that. So you're grounding it. You're getting in further with that particular card. So I like that. So this is bringing in stability and strength. And I really like that. And those warriors, they are definitely signifying to us that this is a time when the sun is fully out in our lives and we're able to be who we are and be strong and proud. And if you don't feel like you're embodying that yet, that's okay. But that groundedness is an embodying of, the things that you've probably been running from. And perhaps this is where the change is coming in for you. Our East card. Oh, I love this one. Oh, I do love this. It reminds me of not Denise Linn, a Colette Baron Reid card, Treasure Island. A little bit like that. Some of her cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle. The West card. The West card represents the setting sun and also the season of autumn. This card reveals what you're harvesting or gathering. It can also represent what you need to release or clear out of your life. And the dolphin is happiness. So we've got, and it's really interesting, what's sort of being drawn or, on my eyes being taken notice of, is we're out of the water and we're in the water. So this is talking to me about understanding your own emotions more, understanding that there are times when you may feel like you're overwhelmed by your own emotions, that, you know, the water is above your head. But even when that happens, like, I feel like you're getting on top of it. You're starting to swim. You're not being crushed by it anymore. You're actually starting to understand that there are other people around you who are going through similar things. You know, you're not alone. You've got family, you've got people who can help you get through it in your life. And I like that. I really love that, actually. And perhaps, you know, we've gone from one person to two people, and now she's on her own, but she's with a pod of dolphins. And she's pregnant, which is a very, very fertile time, obviously, but more so, it's a very scary time bringing new life into the world, because we don't know how it's going to end up. We don't know what's going to happen. The colours are very muted too in the sky. There's another feeling of, you know, sort of a celestial energy happening here to me. But I feel like, you know, she's riding the waves of these dolphins. And that's another card in the Colette Baron Reid deck that I'm talking about, riding the wave. 42. The other thing about dolphins is they do swim in pods, you know. They're part of a community. And, you know, this idea of going from one to two to being in a group, I love that. All about happiness is not a continuous state, although it is a worthy feeling to seek. Know what makes you happy and do more of this. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction to life, rather than what happens to you from outside sources. That's a really key point. If you place your happiness solely in the hands of other people, then you'll be disappointed. And that is such a truth, you know. Like, we are responsible. A 6 card is very much a success card, which I like. You know, dolphins bring joy and happiness and this feeling of safety and security, because you know you're part of this pod or the pack. They're very intelligent. And sometimes when we're going through some stuff, I could have used a different word there, we forget that we've got friends. And sometimes, I know I do, I kind of bunker in and sort of get very serious and think to myself, oh, you know, I've got to get through this. And so perhaps this is the part that I need to let go of, and perhaps you're a bit like me. Instead of, you know, for this autumn card or for this west card, and this is moving towards, you know, letting go of things, or that west side, is understanding that even when you feel like you're alone, even when you feel like you're vulnerable and you may not feel safe, that you can reconnect. It is a choice. It's your choice to let go of your pain. And it sort of feels like it's reminding me of the last video that I did, if you haven't seen that one, which is messages from your spirit guides. And our final card, wow, this is a very powerful card. I love this card. Creation, snake. Oh my goodness, look at that. And it's the heart. I don't think I've ever seen this particular card before in this deck. The North card represents the dark night and the season of winter. This card reveals what you need to consolidate or nurture. It's also what you need to repair or heal. And this is talking about creation. I love it, but it's very much based in the heart. If I'm looking at this from my intuition and from my perspective of what this message is talking to us about, we've got the groundedness sitting right below it, very earthy, and this image has got those earth tones to it, but we do have a lot of blue through here as well, so the throat chakra could be involved, but we have a lot of grounded energy. The roots have been uprooted of the heart, and the heart is still growing. However, it's being wrapped, whether that's a constrained wrapped or whether that's a supportive wrapped by the snake, we don't know. But the heart has been uprooted and taken out of the ground. This is what we need to repair and heal. This is what we need to nurture within ourselves. So it could be that while we've got some change happening, while we're getting more grounded, while we're understanding ourselves better, then we have some more space opening up for us to be able to heal some things that we may have put on hold. We may have, just said, we'll put that away for now. And we've still been growing. We've still been, really allowing the energy to flow. However, we could be doing some more here. You know, we could be, and there's a sort of halfway point in this. There's another halfway point across here. So yeah, they're all a little bit similar. Snake creation. It's time to shed your skin and try something new. Creation is your birthright. You must understand that to remain stagnant means atrophy. So do not fear your own creative flow. If you have a physical ailment, healing will occur. You are capable of big transformation. If you haven't begun, begin. Okay, so I'll just read a little bit more from the book here, just because it seems appropriate. Snake magic has two main intentions. First, creation, and the second for protection. Snake energy is almost unmatched in its ability to stimulate the flow of creative forces and enable those ideas and concepts to be successfully transformed into reality. And transformation is what I always think about with snake. So to me, this is talking about perhaps there's been some stagnation in your life. Perhaps you've started making these changes, because it feels like a 1, 2, 3. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3 happening here, and then the snake energy here is talking about the potential. Potential for more growth, potential for more heart-based and heart-centered approach to life, which is about creativity, which is about flow, which is about transformation. All of things, you know, when we come back to this circle, then the chameleon is about embracing change, and the snake and in transformation, it's asking to be nurtured. It's asking for us to love that aspect of ourselves. And so to me, it talks about this sort of healing journey. And you know, I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about when I say that the healing journey asks you to keep going on it. You finish a cycle and then you're asked to do it again. And, you know, sometimes it's like knocking on a door and not getting any response. However, I don't really know if that was a very good analogy. It doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. But what this is saying to you, this 4 directions spread, is telling you that from the 4 directions point of view, you're exactly where you need to be. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing. It might not feel always wonderful. You might forget to be happy. You might not acknowledge how far you've come and, you know, what you've obtained and the growth that you've seen in yourself, because you're in this state of change. However, there's a lot more that you're doing that you don't really understand, because you're working much more deeply on yourself than at first it appears. So I hope that message was something that you needed to hear today. I know that I did. Thank you for being here. Again, if you'd like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please follow me over on social media. Each Friday there is a pick a card reading for free with no strings attached, and other general information. Make sure that you're subscribed and that you like this video. And thanks for being here. I'll see you again in the future. Bye for now.